We were having fun, playing hide and seek. Then a summer storm appeared. Corky got afraid when it started to rain. Then we came upon a house. Should we go inside? Come on and go with us, Lord, who knows where. It's so fun to fly through time in the flying house. Oh, it's great to fly in the flying house. I just hope we get back home again.
Episode 33. What's it worth?
Maybe I wasn't made to be a farmer.
Have a refreshing drink of water.
Thanks very much, sir.
Professor Bumble, I think this is a noble experiment, but it's doomed to failure.
I'm with him.
I'm not. I may not be George Washington Carver, but I can plant a simple garden.
Oh, yeah?
A small garden, would you believe? Besides, we're running out of money and may have to grow food to survive.
That could be a real problem, Professor.
Why don't you help sow seeds?
I'll sow 'em, sir. Give me the seeds.
Hey, wait a minute, Pipsqueak. Seeds must be sown the right way.
Oh? Why can't I just scatter them on the ground?
Remember Jesus' parable? It was about sowing seeds on different kinds of ground. The story began like this. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who went out to sow his seeds.
That guy's just wasting his time. None of us beans will grow in this kind of soil.
You are absolutely right about this type of soil. It needs potash, as well as numerous minerals a richer soil would provide.
All right, I'm not interested in chemistry. I guess I'm safe to say this field is not productive.
Come on, use your imagination. This could be just the place we'll come across some snappy girl beans. Or some nice chickpeas.
Use your bean. Don't you know we're all supposed to work? After all, our job is to grow and produce a fine crop wherever we're planted.
It doesn't mean we have to be planted in this lousy field.
Yes, do be logical. Life shouldn't be all work and no play, you know.
All the same, we shouldn't forget our purpose.
All I know is I didn't expect to be planted in this particular field. I wanted to
Be quiet, huh?
Oops! Such a racket! You're ruining my rest.
Hi, Grandpa.
Uh-oh, here comes a lecture. You beans should be resting now, so you'll be ready to work.
I'm ready now. I'm gonna produce a really good bean plant.
That's fine. Right spirit. You all really must always remember that you've come from a long line of famous kidney beans. Therefore, you must uphold the reputation this family has for helping mankind. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's your opinion.
He has obviously forgotten about freedom of choice.
I say have fun. Life is for living.
And I say you have an obligation to grow plants for the farmer.
Now, Grandpa, don't get so worked up. It's not worth it.
Right. And besides, whether we produce good plants or not depends on where the farmer plants us. Uh-oh. It's the farmer. Must be planting time.
Bye-bye, brothers. Happy landing.
Off to a better life.
Enjoy yourself. Have a good time.
I'm frightened.
Just hang on, youngster.
Follow me if you want something different.
You say so.
Lead on, McBean.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We've landed on the path. Oh, we didn't make it to the good soil.
What do we do
I
now?
don't know. Oh, it's an earthquake! Almost a goner. Hey, it's a bird!
This is great. A nice sunny spot. And according to my calculations, the soil has plenty of nourishment to make us grow big and strong. We might as well start sending down roots. Ah, see there? Simple, just like I said. Wait, what's this? Could that be a rock, I feel?
You got it, Beanie. And stop tickling my head with your puny roots.
Well, get out of my way so I can grow stronger roots.
Well, now you just listen to me. I was here first. You're the intruders, and I ain't leaving, see?
Oh, what do we do now?
We've already started. There's nothing we can do but just keep growing. Now that we're getting bigger, maybe we can...
Oh, I feel weak. The sun is so hot.
We need water.
Yes, yes, water.
The roots from even.
Ah, this is more like it. Nice, comfortable grass. This seems like a much better place to have fun instead of some dirty old field.
Oh, isn't this fun?
Huh?
Well, hello.
Hi.
I didn't mean to startle you.
Not at all. I'm glad you're here.
I think we should get along just famously, right?
Absolutely. Right on.
I do like it here. It's such a perfect place.
Yeah, perfect.
I just may put down roots and settle in.
I'm not quite ready. Oh, notice how quickly everything grows around here, almost like weeds. Oh. Gee. Think these weeds are maybe gonna choke us out? What do you think, sweetie? Ah!
How come you're so slow? Get out of my way.
Watch it there. You trying to interfere with us, Thorn.
I'm afraid your brothers have all died because they landed in the wrong place.
Don't worry, Gramps. I'll save the family reputation by becoming a plant that'll put out kidney beans maybe 100-fold.
You're a bean I can be proud of.
It's not just me, Gramps. The farmer worked hard to make this soil rich and fertile. So I'll do my best. seeds that fell on rich soil produced their crops, some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. End of story.
Interesting. What's the meaning?
Must be symbolic.
Symbolic or not, I don't understand the story. What's it mean?
Well, it simply means,
Okay, I'll explain it. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and carries off what was sown in his heart. This is what was sown along the path. As for what was sown on rocky soil, this is he who hears the word, but he has no deep root in himself, so he doesn't last.
Like some we know.
Who'd you have in mind?
As for what was sown among thorns, that stands for one who hears the word, but his cares of the world and delights in riches choke the word of God, and he produces nothing.
That's so.
As for what was sown on good soil, that stands for people who hear the word and understand it. Honest people who accept God's word and produce a bountiful harvest. 30, 60, or even 100 times as much as was planted in their hearts. Now then, does that explain it?
Terrific. Let's see.
Okay, Corin, what you doing?
Looking for the youngest seed in their grips. They're the only ones we want to plant.
Oh, no!
This one or this one? Let's see. Nothing's growing yet.
What'd you expect, Corky?
Lots of plants.
You're too impatient. It takes time.
Corky, you only planted the seeds an hour ago.
I know, but I want to see the youngest seed sprout.
Then I suggest you stay up all night and watch for it.
Justin, the word sprout reminds me of the other parables of Jesus.
Which?
About the mustard seed and the weeds that grew along with the wheat.
I'm not sure I remember.
Honestly, you forget everything.
Tell me the story.
You forgot, too. You were there when Jesus told it.
The kingdom of heaven is like a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field. Now, the mustard seed is the smallest by far of all seeds, but when it has grown, it is the greatest of shrubs, and birds come to make nests in its branches. Or else you might think of the kingdom of heaven in this manner. The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everybody was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the new wheat sprouted and grew, so did the weeds. Then the owner's servants came to him and said, "Sir, was it not good seed that you sowed in your field? If so, where did the weeds come from?" "Some enemy has done this," he replied. And the servant said, "Do you want us to go and gather the weeds right now?" But he said, "No, for in gathering the weeds, you could root up the wheat as well. Let them both grow together until the harvest." At harvest time, I shall say to the reapers, "Gather the weeds first and bind them in bundles to be burned." "Now," said the owner, "the wheat may be gathered safely and put into my barn. I speak in parables and reveal things hidden since the foundation of the world."
Master, would you explain the parable, please?
The sower of the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, good seed the people of God. The weeds, the subjects of Satan, and the enemy who sowed them, Satan himself. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. Just as the weeds are gathered up and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of time. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. But the righteous ones will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net which was thrown into the sea and gathered fish of every kind, and when it was full, men pulled it ashore and sat down and sorted the good ones into baskets, but threw away the bad. So it will be at the close of the age. The angels will come and separate the evil from the righteous and throw them into the blazing furnace, where men will weep and gnash their teeth. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field which someone has found. He hides it again, goes off happy, sells everything he has, and buys the field.
The man sells everything he owns?
That's right. because the treasure was worth much more than he owned. Let me give you another example. The kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls.
Careful, Master. Watch your footing.
I'm as careful as I can be. The eagle's nest. That's where it's supposed to be. But I don't see it. Maybe it's hidden under the egg somewhere. It isn't here. I didn't think it would be. That Simon said I'd find the world's biggest pearl in an eagle's nest. Why do I listen to him?
Oh, watch out for the eagle!
Huh? Oh, no. You wait. You don't understand. I don't want your eggs. I just...
Are you hurt, Master?
What would be your guess? Sometimes I wonder if it's worth it. For years now, I've been searching for the largest, most beautiful pearl in the world. Ferocious lions couldn't stop me. I dove to the bottom of the sea. I've crossed hot deserts under the blazing sun. And always I come up with the same thing. Nothing. Well, I guess there's nothing more I can do. Might as well return to my magnificent palace. Let my servants wait on me.
Master?
Ouch. I got a stiff neck.
Your friend Simon is here. He wants to see you, Master.
All right. Show the rascal in. Simon, you were sadly mistaken because that pearl was not in the eagle's nest.
Sorry about that. Fact is, I tried to stop you before you left for the mountain, but I got here too late. Now I know with absolute certainty where the pearl can be found.
Yeah, absolute certainty?
This time I got the information from the horse's mouth. I mean the woman's lips. The woman who owns the world's biggest pearl, that is.
Really? Oh, my neck. You tell me quick.
You understand I have to be reimbursed for certain out-of-pocket expenses.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, sir.
You shouldn't be going. You're far from being well, sir.
Don't worry, I'm all right. Besides, I must get the world's biggest pearl. Let's go. It may be another wild goose chase, but I don't think so. All I have to do is find that old woman Simon told me about. I'll make her an offer she can't refuse.
It's not locked. Just open it.
Simon said I should say Simon sent me.
So you're the one. Want to get your paws on my pearl, do you?
If it's what I think it is, absolutely.
Prepared to pay a pretty penny, Buster?
Don't worry, I'll pay if it's worth it. Come on, let's see it.
Don't sweat it. I'll show you, dearie.
Oh, my. I can hardly wait.
Well, now. Here it is.
Oh, my. I must have that pearl. You tell me, how much do you want for that pearl?
Well, let me see. It won't be cheap.
Name your price.
Everything you own in exchange for the pearl.
What? Everything? Huh? Oh, no.
That's my price, Buster. If you want the pearl badly enough, you'll give me all your property.
Pardon me, sir, but no pearl is worth everything that you own.
What do you think? My pearl is worth your property?
No. To me, it's worth a lot more than that. I'll meet your price. Let's make the switch.
Why is that?
It's my decision. As far as I'm concerned, I'm getting a real bargain. I mean it. From this day forward, I hope you will serve this woman as faithfully as you have served me.
Now I'm convinced that you mean it.
What do you think? Yeah, at last it's mine.
I believe that he's lost his marbles.
He gave up everything that he owned for a mere bauble.
He's demented.
You couldn't be more wrong. There goes a happy man. He paid dearly to buy what he truly wants. How many would do the same? How about you? Would you do it?
Now do you recall the story?
Yeah. I gather the pearl stands for the kingdom of heaven. Is that right?
And that's worth more than all the money in the world.
Thank you, Angie. I'm glad you remember all of Jesus' parables. Well, time for supper, and you can all enjoy the marvelous meal I prepared.
Professor, I cannot find the time revolter. It is impossible to make repairs without it.
Use something else temporarily. Supper comes first.
Professor Bumble, what's the most important?
The dinner you prepared? Or fixing the flying house so we can get home? Yeah!
All right, I'll help sir find the time revolver right away.
Poor Professor.